So for today, we have some squatting, some rowing motion, and a 12-minute AMRAP for your home workout. Just gonna lead you through a quick little warm-up. The movements I'm about to show you, you're gonna end up going 3 times through. If you're in my classes, you know I love the number 3 when it comes to the warm-up, okay? So the very first one you're gonna end up doing is you're just gonna kneel down, one leg in front of the other. You're gonna be driving your knee forward just for 10 circles, just to help out the ankle a little bit. Just big circles going out and in. You do 10, followed by 10 on the other side. Same thing, as the knee comes out, rolling in, just to help work the ankles a little bit. You'd be surprised how much your ankles come into play when you squat. So starting off there, after you do 10 and 10 on the side, I want you to then just go for alternating forward and then reverse lunge to help warm up the knee and hip a little bit. So you're stepping forward with your right leg, back knee touches, come up, knee touches again. That's 1, okay? You're gonna end up going 8 repetitions on each leg, followed by the other side, and that's 1. Okay, so doing forward and back equals 1, forward and back equals 1, going 8 on each leg. So you've done your ankles, your knees, your hips a little bit. Now we're just gonna loosen up our shoulders for some of the rowing. So just doing big circles, going for 8 forward, 8 in reverse. And then lastly, pretending like you're rowing something, hinging forward, big chest. I want you to hold for a 2 count, pretending like you're rowing something, hinging forward, big chest. I want you to hold for a 2 count, pinching your shoulder blades as tight as you can, back down, pinching as tight as you can, back down, 2-second holds for 8 reps. And that's gonna be your 3 sets, just to kind of warm me up a little bit, okay? But it's really gonna help you just kind of get everything firing. Trust me, 3 sets will feel like a long time, but you'll feel pretty good after. So for part 8 today, we got some tempo squatting with some rowing. Rowing as in single arm rows with either a dumbbell, kettlebell, you can use a backpack. I'm gonna show you all that stuff right now. So starting with the squatting, I'm gonna go with no equipment to using equipment. I'm showing you the tempo for all of these. So let's say you don't have any equipment, you just have body weight. You're just gonna do a body weight air squat. So all rules apply, same thing in all these movements in terms of setup of your feet and just for a normal squatting motion. So you're gonna end up being in a shoulder width stance, toes slightly turned out. From here, flat feet. I'm gonna use my arms to counterbalance. I'm gonna count the tempo that I'm looking for today because it's gonna end up being 3 seconds down, 3-second hold, 3 seconds up. And that's gonna be for 8 to 10 reps. So it's not gonna be very heavy anyway. So just to take you through it, it's but backing down, 3, 2, 1, and hold up, 3, 2, 1. For the next rep, it would be 3, 2, 2, and hold up, 3, 2, 2. And you're gonna be doing that for 8 to 10 reps. So that's just the air squat. Okay? Let's say you wanted to use a PVC pipe to mimic the back squat. Place it on your back, hands as close as possible, pulling down on that PVC pipe. Same exact tempo. I'll show you a rep here. Eyes straight, big chest. 3, 2, 1, and hold up. 3, 2, 1. Okay? So at least that way you're still getting the same stimulus in terms of like how a weight is on your back. If you don't have the PVC pipe, but let's say you do have, say, like a backpack or something, and you don't have a dumbbell or kettlebell. It's gonna be a little awkward at first. So you can bear hug whatever thing you can load up. Same thing. 3, 2, 1, and hold up. 3, 2, 1. Okay? So using something like this will end up being a little more core dominant because it's going to require a little more stability than something on your back since you're front loading. Now, let's say you have a dumbbell but don't have a kettlebell. How to hold a dumbbell during this? Hold it by one head. Same thing. 3, 2, 1, and hold up. 3, 2, 1. Now with the kettlebell, there's more than one way to hold this. There isn't just one size fits all kind of thing. You got holding the handle. You have handle and ball, or just the ball. I personally like just holding the kettlebell upside down. I feel this is the most comfortable. Pinching the shoulder blades, same squat mechanics. 3, 2, 1, and hold up. 3, 2, 1. Okay? So you have all those different squat variations that you can use. With some of this equipment, you can end up using for your single arm rows. Preferably for something like this, you would want a dumbbell or a kettlebell. And this one, you're just going to end up going for max reps. So if I'm using the dumbbell, whatever side is working, that leg is back. Okay? You're going to lean on the opposite leg. Shoulder blade is engaged the whole time. Pulling the elbow straight back, close to the side. You'll end up going for max reps. After you do max reps on one side, max reps on the other. Same thing with the kettlebell. Same exact premise. Same side, same leg. Leaning on the opposite leg. Elbow close to the side. And rowing for max reps. Try to avoid turning, any dipping your chest. Keep everything rigid. The only thing that should be moving is your arm. Let's say you don't have this, you can use a backpack still. But instead of just doing a single arm, I'll just have you do both arms at the same time for max rep. So you could load up your backpack or any bag. You can grab onto it from the sides. It's gonna be a little different. You're gonna hinge forward, and you're just gonna row for as many reps as you can. The only thing that's moving is your arms. You wanna make sure that you have a flat back, knees stay out, keeping the elbows close, and you're rowing. Okay? So those are the two movements you'll do for part A. Now for part B, we have our 12-minute AMRAP. So for those of you who are unfamiliar with what an AMRAP is indicating as many reps as possible or as many rounds as possible. We're going to be working off of rounds and reps, which I'll explain. So we have 4 things. We have the double under, which is indicating 2 passes in 1 jump. You have regular jump rope passes or jumping jacks. That's your first movement. As soon as you complete that, you then go to the air squat. Then back to the jump rope. Then you have the Russian kettlebell swing, which I'll show you all of these. So doing the jump rope, the air squats, the jump rope, and then the swings equals 1 round. So let's say at the end of 12 minutes, you did that, say, 5 times through, and the jump rope passes, say you did the double unders, which is 30 reps, your score would then be 5 rounds plus 30 reps, okay? That's just to kind of give you an idea how to score that kind of workout. So just to show you each thing, so you have the double under, which is 2 jump rope passes in 1 jump, which you'll be performing 30 of them. So it would be, you have that, that's 30 reps. If you're doing singles, we like to do 2-to-1 singles, since a double under consists of 2 passes of the jump rope in 1 jump. If you're going to sub just regular jump rope passes, you end up doubling it, since you're just doing 1 jump with 1 jump rope pass. So it would end up being 60. That would be that first scale. Let's say you do not have a jump rope, I would just ask that you do the same amount of reps with the double under, 30, but just with jumping jacks. Jumping your feet out, hands overhead, going for 30, okay? We reviewed the air squat. in part A, but just a quick refresher once again. This time, no tempo. You're gonna end up performing just a regular air squat. Coming all the way down, all the way up, opening the hips. All the way down, all the way up, okay? Most important thing is keeping your chest tall, flat feet throughout. Do not allow the knees to roll in as you squat. Keep pushing them out like you have a band around you, and keep spreading that band, okay? Back to the jump rope passes, again, for either your 30 dubs, 60 singles, or 30 jumping jacks. Then, the last one here is the Russian kettlebell swing, okay? So if you do happen to have a kettlebell, you want 2 hands on, big chest, your hips do the work. A Russian kettlebell swing indicates eye level. So you're pushing the butt back, squeezing to come up. Squeeze, squeeze. Okay, it's a very hip, hamstring, low back slightly intensive movement. You'll even start to feel your core sometimes if done correctly. So that's with the kettlebell. If you only have a dumbbell at home, the way you would hold it is from the head of the dumbbell, okay? Holding the head of the dumbbell, same exact movement pattern. Butt back, hips through. Butt back, hips through. Squeezing at the top, just to eye level, okay? If you so happen to not have these objects, I would prefer to mimic the same motion that you are doing with something like a good morning, okay? So even if you do or do not have a PVC pipe at home or a broomstick or anything like that, squat, feet are just underneath your hips, knees turned out, and you're just gonna hinge. Butt back, hips through. Nice and controlled, mimicking the same motion you're doing, okay? And the only thing you're gonna be missing out on, if anything, is just the grip work, okay? So those would be your movements for the AMRAP today. 12 minutes, as many rounds plus reps as possible, okay?